Right, all the bits have finally arrived for my Vandal XL. Not something I normally go for. More of a quadcopter stroke glider stroke aeroplane type of person. But here we go, all from Hobby King, apart from the Flysky Radio. Got the Turnigy hard case 4000 milliamp 2-cell lipos. RAW approved apparently, no idea what that means. Got the Flysky FS GT3C controller, because all my stuff is aircraft based, so I had to get a new one of those. And that's lipo powered as well. And here we've got the Vandal XL 1/10 scale from Quanum. Not something I normally go for, like I say. I've had cars before, but not in a long time. I think the only other car I've got is a sort of kit built Subaru, which is old NICADs and 27 megahertz 2-channel radio. So I'm not going to bother with an unboxing. I'll get it all out and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's the car out of the box. It's reasonably good size. Stick a ruler next to it. So where are we? We are getting on for 41.5 centimeters long and 28 centimeters wide. Take the shell off. Shell's pretty good. Not too flexible, not too shabby. Nice clear window. I'm going to FPV this car. Whether I'll get the camera in there or not, probably not such a good idea. But yeah, stickers on the side. But yeah, that'll do the job. So the car, we've got, it's obviously 4-wheel drive. We've got what looks to be oil-filled adjustable dampers, all plastic lower arms, all plastic at the top. We've got a servo that's badged 3003. We've got a 45 amp ESC with a cooling fan on top, and we've got what looks to be a 12.5 turn 3000 kV brushless motor. Rear end much the same as the front end. Plenty of alley, plenty of plastic. Obviously not a serious car, but it's should be good for the purposes that I have in mind for it. Checking the tyres, they're not too bad. They're not the sort of hard plastic nasty stuff that you've seen on other cars. They're quite soft, nice and spongy. Plenty of suspension travel, and a very strong looking front bumper, which I'll probably use. Plastic chassis, nothing too special worrying there. Interesting that the gears exposed there. I would have thought a cover over the top of that would have been handy. No real obvious reason as to why that needs to be like that. And plenty of space for the batteries. But, now I've gone for the receiver ready version rather than put up with the radio that Hobby King want you to have. Now one complaint I've seen on the earlier buggies is play-ins in the suspension and the steering, so let's look at that. I'm not seeing much play in that. There's a little bit of play in that bearing, but the servo itself And obviously we've got to put the radio in, but there's no, that's pretty solid, nice ball links, so yeah, looks pretty much up to the job. Bargain for the price, to be fair. So we'll stick some radio gear in it and go from there. Right, so I've got the receiver fitted. Took all of about 5 minutes, nothing complicated here. Not overly keen on the installation, to be honest. It's a bit sort of up in the air, and yeah, if you're going to go through anything wet, which obviously it's not designed to do, it is open for dust and muck, so may have to do something with that, especially if I'm going to do FPV and not sure what you're going to drive through. Leads are a little bit long, but I'm presuming they'll just tuck in. Nice on off switch, makes me wonder that, you know, that's all nice and rubberized and weatherproof, but that is not, and the speed controller is supposed to be weatherproof or water resistant. But let's turn it on, see what happens. So got my FSGT 3C here, this is all new to me as well. Turn her on. Haven't done the model memory or anything like that. I have reversed both channels and bound it. So turn her on. Bit of buzz from the servo for the steering, which indicates it might be under a bit of load and my linkage might be a bit stiff. But the fan is completely silent. It is working. Turn her off and on. Quite impressive that. A lot of these fans are incredibly noisy. Whether it will stay like that, I don't know. So left and right. Centering whilst stationary isn't brilliant, but never usually is on cars. And we've got what sounds like a fair bit of gear meshing going on there, so we'll have to take it out and have a run. Might have to make some adjustments to the gear in there, it doesn't sound quite right, but let's take it out to the field and give it a blast. Right, I couldn't resist it. It's dark here, but having assembled it, I decided to take it out for a quick run in the car park. No footage, of course. Not going to work with the camera in the dark. So, what do I think? Well, the steering is very, very sharp. Much sharper than I would have expected it to be. Obviously it pushes into understeer quite easily if you accelerate hard, but generally very easy to handle. The tyres have got so much grip on tarmac that it'll actually flip itself over, which is yeah, something to get used to. I suspect it won't be like that on dirt or grass. It's got a bit of muck on it, but nothing too bad. It's going to get a lot worse than that. No real marks underneath. I did notice the speed controller got hot at one point. The fan seemed to stop, so I have to keep an eye on that. The only reason I noticed it was because the shell got quite warm. The stickers on the side aren't going to last 5 minutes. This has already started to peel off, and I've only run it for sort of 7 or 8 minutes. As for battery time, well, the batteries I hadn't actually charged them, so I've had 7, 8, maybe even 9 minutes of running time, obviously just in a car park, so nothing too spectacular, but it's come back with 25% lift in it still, so I suspect the runtime is going to be pretty good on a 4000. May even be up in the sort of 15-minute runtime, depending on how you use it. The gearing noise, it's only really prevalent at very low speeds. It seems to sort of want to mesh a little bit. Now that might go away with use, but we will find out. As I say, we'll do a running video out in the open, probably take out the gun range at the weekend, but at the moment, winter in the UK, not much of a chance of getting out in the evenings. But stay tuned. We'll get a video of it running, and we'll also look at putting the FPV on there. I've got a very small camera somewhere in this pile of bits and bobs. Lord only knows where it is, but I've been trying to have a tidy up. So that's a very small 25 milliwatt transmitter. Just going to use the regular aerial, and I've got an on-way camera somewhere in this pile of bits and bobs. An LED set. This is all stuff that's going to be coming up for use stroke review if people are interested. No, can't find it, but we'll bring it to you if anyone's obviously interested. Right, until next time.